Tired of spiritual hacks and rituals that promise the world but leave you feeling, well, still searching? What if the real key to profound connection isn't in doing more, but in understanding one crucial distinction? Hey, you. Yeah, you, the one hustling, dreaming, searching. Ever feel that little nudge inside? That quiet, or maybe not so quiet, whisper telling you you're meant for something more? Not just more stuff or more followers or a bigger title, but more depth, more aliveness, more you. The real, authentic, powerful you that's waiting underneath all the layers? That feeling? That's not just wishful thinking. That's your soul's homing signal. It's an ancient echo, a primal drive wired into your very being, calling you toward your highest potential, toward becoming truly whole. It's the same call the great spiritual heavyweights throughout history have talked about. The one that says, hey, step into your brilliance. Reflect the amazing source that created you. Think of it as the ultimate system upgrade for your life. Does that sound familiar? This call isn't just buried in old scrolls, though whispers of it are definitely there. Maybe hinted at in texts like the Emerald Tablet, talking about aligning the inner and outer worlds, or echoed in lost gospels, hinting at the kingdom of God within you. But mostly, you hear it in the quiet moments, in your gut feelings. Wise teachers have always pointed to this. Get clear, get mature in your understanding, drop the pettiness. Become whole and complete, they urged. It's not just a nice idea, it's your destiny calling. Let's level up. That's the real direction your spirit wants to go. Even way back before self-help books and podcasts, this was the core teaching: be aligned and true before the source of your life. Think about the wisdom passed down. It wasn't just about power or wealth, but about connecting to that deeper power with a whole heart and a willing spirit. So let's get crystal clear. Life, the universe, God, whatever name you use, isn't asking you to be perfect in a stuffy, impossible way. It's inviting you to unlock your fullest expression, to shine bright, to become the masterpiece you were always meant to be. But listen, my friend, seeker of truth, if you're serious about climbing this inner Mount Everest, you absolutely need to know what you're actually aiming for. Because without a clear inner GPS, it's easy to get lost. You could be running hard, thinking you're heading toward the light, but actually just be doing donuts in the parking lot of illusion. Let me shoot straight with you. The biggest win, the most profoundly satisfying thing you can ever achieve, isn't conquering the world or hitting some arbitrary benchmark of success. It's forging a direct connection with the source of all life. It's plugging into that infinite energy, that boundless love, that deep wisdom. It's finding that flow, that alignment, that sense of oneness. That is true fulfillment. That is stepping into your power. But look around. It's so easy to get sidetracked, searching for this ultimate prize in all the wrong places. Some folks think the path is through hardcore discipline, extreme diets, punishing workout routines, sleeping on the floor, meditating till their legs go numb. They beat their bodies into submission, hoping to force a spiritual breakthrough. Others get lost in the rituals, chanting mantras mindlessly for hours, showing up to services or workshops week after week, but never really integrating the teachings, turning spirituality into just another box to check. Still others get trapped in their heads, thinking enlightenment is an intellectual puzzle to be solved, collecting spiritual concepts like trophies, maybe isolating themselves from the messiness of real life. And the majority? They often just try to be good people, following the external rules, playing it safe, maybe dabbling in wellness trends but never diving deep into the real inner work. But here's the crucial part, my friend. All these things, the diets, the meditation techniques, the yoga retreats, the workshops, the religious practices, they aren't the goal. They are tools. Think of them like workout equipment at the gym or brushes for an artist. Super useful? Absolutely. They can help you build inner strength, discipline your monkey mind, gain clarity, and develop resilience against your own inner static, the fear, the negativity, the self-sabotage. They help you train your focus, your inner eye, so you can navigate the challenges life throws at you and resist the pull of ego, distraction, and negativity. Someone using these tools wisely does it with intention. They might fast or do a digital detox to clear the noise, and become more sensitive to inner guidance. They practice mindfulness, that's the real wakefulness, to sharpen their awareness. They might embrace simplicity to avoid drowning in comfort and complacency. They seek silence or retreat not to escape, but to hear their own soul. They pray or meditate to consciously connect with that higher power. They study wisdom not just for information, but for transformation, to understand their own shadows and the incredible capacity for love within, to ignite that fire of devotion and learn to walk their path with courage and grace, embracing their unique challenges, their cross. But watch out, danger zone ahead. When people mistake the tool for the treasure, when they put all their faith in the external practice itself, that's when these very tools can backfire, sometimes worse than doing nothing at all. Not because the tools are bad, but because they're being misused. They focus so much on the appearance. Look how spiritual I am. I meditate 2 hours a day. I only eat organic kale. That they neglect the real work, cleaning up their inner landscape, their heart. And you know what? The forces of illusion, the ego, love this. They don't interfere. They might even sprinkle in some nice feelings, some spiritual highs, some cool-sounding insights to make the person feel super evolved and special. And suddenly this person starts thinking they're practically levitating, feeling God's presence 24/7, or so they claim. They get lost in fancy concepts and might even believe they've transcended the everyday world. But look at the fruit. How do they actually live? How do they treat people? Often they crave validation, need to be seen as superior. They're rigid, stuck in their ways, resistant to feedback, blind to their own flaws, but hypercritical of everyone else. If someone else gets the spotlight, jealousy flares up. And if you interrupt their precious spiritual routine, especially publicly, boom, the mask drops. Irritation, anger, judgment flood out. They become unrecognizable. And when life itself, trying to wake them up, sends a challenge, a health scare, a job loss, a relationship crisis, that's when the truth comes out, revealing the deep-seated pride hiding beneath the spiritual veneer. They can't surrender, can't trust the process, can't see the lesson or the opportunity for growth. They resist, complain, blame, instead of humbling themselves and seeing even difficult people or situations as potential teachers. Sandpaper smoothing their rough edges. See the trap? Their inner vision is clouded by self-congratulation. They look at their external spiritual resume and think, I've made it. Pride puffs them up, and they start judging everyone else. Honestly, it's often easier to help someone who openly admits they're struggling than someone wrapped in a cloak of false righteousness. So let's circle back. Now you see it clearly. True spiritual life, genuine wholeness, isn't about putting on a show. So what is it? Let me say it again. Let it sink deep into your bones. It's about cultivating a real, living, breathing connection with Source, with God, with the very energy of life. It's about feeling that oneness. It's about radical honesty, seeing both the incredible divine spark within you and your human messiness, your tendencies toward fear and ego. It's about falling deeply in love with that source, and out of that love, gently releasing the ego's grip. It's about aligning your will with that larger flow, serving not just your own agenda, but the greater good, from a place of genuine care. It's about letting go of my way and embracing thy will be done, trusting the unfolding. And doing all this not to earn points or avoid punishment, but simply because your heart overflows with gratitude and you want to live in harmony with love itself. That is the law of love the universe writes on willing hearts. That is the letting go of self, the small, fearful self, that leads to true freedom. That is the easy yoke the Master spoke of. That is the surrender to the flow that brings peace and power. Remember the ultimate prayer. Let your will be done. Not my anxious striving, but your wise unfolding. Are you feeling me? Does something inside you leap at this? Does your soul say, yes, that's what I'm hungry for? Awesome. Bless that desire. But get ready to roll up your sleeves. Get ready for the real work, the sweat, the challenge, right from step one. Because you're going to have to offer up your old ways, your comfort zones on the altar of transformation. You'll need to learn to live tuned into that higher will. But here's the catch. Inside you, there's a whole committee of competing desires. Every fear, every insecurity, every craving, every old habit shouts for attention, demanding satisfaction, regardless of whether it aligns with your deeper truth. So your path forward is the path of the spiritual warrior. First, you have to constantly catch and override those knee-jerk reactions, those selfish impulses. Eventually, you learn to transmute them, to dissolve them in the light of awareness. To succeed, you need constant vigilance, saying no to what drags you down, into negativity and fear, and consciously choosing, even forcing yourself sometimes, toward what uplifts, toward courage, kindness, growth. It's a constant inner negotiation, an ongoing battle with yourself, with everything that feeds your ego and keeps you stuck. So gear up for this inner game, and know this: the prize, living as your true, magnificent self, isn't handed out freely. It's earned by those who show up, stay courageous, and refuse to quit. This inner work is the hardest work there is, because the resistance is inside you. But the victory? It's the sweetest, most meaningful victory possible. The one that truly honors the gift of your life. If you, fired up with genuine intention, can face and transform your inner chaos, your fears, your addictions, your patterns, you'll do more for yourself and the world than any amount of external piety or grand gestures performed while remaining internally unchanged. You could rescue 1,000 people, but if you're still a prisoner of your own anger or anxiety, are you truly free? You could build an empire, achieve incredible things out there, but if you neglect the inner landscape, if you let fear and ego run the show inside, you'll never reach that place of deep fulfillment you crave. Remember, your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. Change the inside, and the outside has to shift. Okay, so now you know what real wholeness looks like, and you know the path involves serious inner work. If you're truly ready to win this battle for your soul and claim your birthright of joy and freedom, then arm yourself. Anchor these 4 powerhouse principles deep in your heart. Think of them as your spiritual non-negotiables, your inner toolkit for transformation. The first principle: stop relying only on your ego, your small self. Get humble. Recognize you don't have all the answers or infinite personal willpower. Learn to tap into that deeper intuition, that higher power, that wisdom beyond your conscious mind. Tune in. The second principle: cultivate radical trust in Source. God life, lean in, have faith in the process, even when you can't see the whole staircase. Let go of the need to control everything. Trust that you are guided and supported. Surrender. The third principle: commit to consistent inner work. Show up for yourself every single day. Practice awareness. Face your shadows. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Do the reps. This is your inner workout. Do the work. The fourth principle: stay connected through prayer, meditation, presence. Keep the line open. This isn't about reciting words. It's about maintaining a conscious connection. Make time for silence. Listen to your inner guidance. Feel that connection throughout your day. Stay plugged in. These are your keys, your tools for building an authentic, powerful, connected life. Now the ball's in your court. Ask yourself, are you ready to look honestly in the mirror, shadows and all? Are you willing to step into the arena and fight for your own freedom, your true self? What's one small thing you can do today, right now, to choose alignment over autopilot? To listen to that inner whisper instead of the noise of fear or habit? The path is open. The choice is yours. Start now. Unlock that potential. Go shine your unique light. The world needs it.